Hey, this is Todd. Welcome to the Lyceum Weekly Update number 30 for the week of July 14th, 2014. Starting off with Band of the Week because the songs will be playing underneath this video so you can hear them as it's going on. And there are two Bands of the Week this week because they're both playing the same gig, both tremendous bands. First up is Captain Kickass and the Awesomes, who are exactly what their name describes. They are kick-ass and they are awesome prog rock, craziness, instrumental. And the second band is the Crooked Fiddle Band. If you haven't heard of them, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but they are jazz gypsy rock metal influences with a fiddle and insanity. Awesome. You can hear that underneath the video and it will be good. Both of these bands will be playing on Friday at the Red Rattler Theatre in Marrickville. It's probably a good idea to book your tickets beforehand because the Red Rattler is only a small venue, so it's probably going to fill up quite quickly. And now with launches, on Thursday the 17th there's going to be a country folk album launch at the Camelot Lounge in Marrickville, upstairs in the Django Bar. That is $23 with the Yearlings from South Australia. There is also going to be an alternative pop single launch at the Newtown Social Club in Newtown for $25 with Ella Hooper, the Killing Heidi singer from like 20 years ago, who's still around, doing stuff. And there is also an indie pop EP launch at the Oxford Art Factory in Sydney in their main room for $10 with Zombie Cats. Zombie Cats would be pretty cool. Probably still cute though. Oh, brains. Then on Friday the 18th, there is a pop rock single launch at the Newtown Social Club in Newtown for $20 with Jen Clower from Melbourne. And an alternative rock and electronica EP launch at the Oxford Art Factory in Sydney, their main room, for $20 with Dream Delay. And a metal, punk, hardcore 12-inch EP launch at the Valve Bar in Sydney with Join the Amish from Melbourne. Because when I think of punk, hardcore, and metal, I think of the Amish. Then Saturday the 19th, there's going to be an indie alternative pop rock 7-inch and an album launch. It's happening at 107 Projects in Redfern. It's $10. The album launch is from Shrapnel, and the 7-inch launch is from Thighmaster from Brisbane. Still not sure whether they're a band or just a really sneaky workout session. And there is also a blues folk album launch at the Basement in Circular Quay for $25 with Corridors. And a pop rock album launch at the Lazy Bones Lounge in Marrickville for $10 with Loose Pills. As well as a progressive rock EP launch at the Lewisham Hotel in Lewisham for $15 with Palaces, a blues folk CD launch at the Roxbury Hotel in Glebe for $25 with Freddie White from Ireland, a rock and roll EP launch at the Sly Fox Hotel in Newtown for $10 with Fox Company, and finally a hardcore punk rock EP launch at the Sphere Night Spot in Sutherland, also known as Studio 6. It is $15 with Rick Dangerous and the Silky Bantams. I prefer to think of them as Batmans. Rick Dangerous and the Silky Batmans. Ooh la la. And finally, Sunday the 20th, there's going to be an alternative punk rock album launch at the Newtown Social Club in Newtown for $20 with Little Bastard. Now on to special gigs, there's only one that's happening Saturday the 19th. It is a punk rock celebration for the 13th issue of Unbelievably Bad Zine. It's $20 at the Factory Theatre in Marrickville, happening on the factory floor. Unbelievably Bad Zine is a magazine that focuses on punk rock, more of the underground stuff, essentially things that people take as bad. So the kind of bands that we'll be playing on that night to celebrate are the VBs, Hostile Objects, Join the Amish from Melbourne, Chinese Burns Unit, White Knuckle Fever, and the Hard-Ons as one of their 30th anniversary tour gigs. And now into news. The South by Southwest Festival have opened up applications for 2015. 2014 was a massive year for Australian bands, going over, I think they had about 55 acts, which was a record for them. And now by opening up the applications earlier, it means that more bands can get onto it and they can hear back and they can organise travel in case they need to travel internationally. And they also said it gives more time to give consideration to all the applications that come in. For those of you who don't know, the South by Southwest Festival is a multi-day event. It covers arts, music, film, all kinds of stuff. They have a particular area called the Down Under Barbecue, I think, which is where all the Aussie acts perform. It is held in Austin, Texas, and next year it's going to go across March 15th to 22nd. If you're wanting to apply at the moment, it costs $33 US, and in September it's going to go up to $45 US. So it's probably better to apply now. And if you're wanting to apply, you can just click the link in the thing there down below, and you can go onto their website and you can go through the application process and hopefully get accepted and then travel over to America. And the last news piece for this week, the Annandale Hotel has reopened and the vision for the Oscars Hotel group has come out, where they're going to focus more on the food and the atmosphere than they will the music. The Annandale Hotel went into renovations last December and they have the entire area, so the hotel as well as the Wok and Roll restaurant that was behind them. And from pictures that came out before, the entire inside has been gutted and it's going to be a brand new looking venue built from the ground up. It's going to have a bigger courtyard area and the dining is going to go all day, so people in the neighborhood don't have to just go there at night to get some food. As far as music goes, there's going to be an intimate stage that's going to host local and international singer-songwriter, unplugged, and bluegrass artists. There's been obvious outcry over this with losing a rock venue and something that hosted really big acts on a big stage with big sound system, but it can also be seen that since Oscar's Hotel Group also owned the Lansdowne, they're focusing on one venue that's in a much better place as a rock venue, and the other one is going to be more suitable to that area. Although saying that's suitable for the area is more because of the amount of complaints that they got, which is basically what dragged the Annandale through the mud. And even though there's been legislation passed that's had to deal with the noise complaints and make it something that can actually be managed by venues, there hasn't been any word on it, so it's no idea if it's actually been implemented properly, or if anyone's actually doing it, or what's happening with it. Because also the plans for Parramatta Road to turn that into a live music hub have kind of gone nowhere. Darcy Byrne doesn't talk anything about it, and no one tries to do anything with it, and it's just not going anywhere. And that is it for this week. Go onto the website and you can see the gig guide because that's now up. You can find out everything that's happening in live music for this week. If you want to know more about any of the bands that are having launches this week or any of the gigs and news that we talked about, everything is linked in the description box below so you can check it out and you can listen to bands and hear what they're about and see if you want to go and see them live. I'll see you next Monday with another roundup of all the launches and all the news that's been happening, and until then, be good.